This is an interview that I gave in October of 2008 to CTV News when they were running a little story about all the things associated with the information age that people found very important and wouldn't give up, like their cell phone, their BlackBerry internet access, and so on. And the interview has some questions of me regarding the things that people find most priority and what are they willing to give up or not give up. Therefore, the title of the segment meaning the new essentials. It's a good snapshot of the technological environment in 2008, 2009.
Times, of course, force people to tighten their belts, deciding what's a luxury, what can you live without, and what is essential. A new survey has found that one thing people won't give up is the internet. And on the list of things they won't give up, that was followed by DVD rentals, cell phones, and video game purchases. On the other hand, people said they would be willing to stop attending big-ticket sporting events and concerts, along with movies, and they would cut down on buying DVDs, magazine subscriptions, and top-tier cable channels. The survey was conducted last week in Canada and the United States. Most people ranked internet access as being as important as electricity and water. Tim Richardson is a professor at Seneca College at the University of Toronto. He has written a number of textbooks on the technological world, including marketing in the information age and current issues in e-business. Mr. Richardson, what do you make of this survey?
Well, it seems to make sense. People aren't just using the internet for email. They're using it for their regular everyday life. They're using it for finding information. They're using it for paying bills. If you're between the ages of 15 and 25, you're using it for accessing information about school, particularly, obviously, students online courses. It's an integral part of society.
Yeah, everything from recipes to banking, huh?
Indeed.
And now, it's a huge leap, though, from what we've seen in the past. Have we done this seamlessly and effortlessly?
In a sense, we pretty much reached a maximum, though, in terms of the number of people that want to be online. We've pretty much reached that maximum right now. The number of uses is so diverse. I mean, entertainment is a good example. People are perfectly content to click around YouTube for hour after hour looking at different types of videos of different things, and then looking at the websites of people on MySpace and Facebook. The online communities are growing and expanding at increasing amounts, especially with the use of handheld devices to access them and upload information.
And along with the internet, cell phones. People cannot live without them.
Indeed, because they're not just cell phones anymore. They're used for taking pictures. People use them in business, calculators, GPS functions, all kinds of things like that.
Now, there are an awful lot of people who are, what's the polite word? Well, we used to call ourselves Luddites. You know, we're against the technology. We lived our whole lives with a computer. We don't need a computer. I don't need a cell phone. Why do I need people calling me while I'm out?
Here's a little vocabulary building exercise. The person who's interviewing me used the word Luddites. Luddite is a term that came from the early 1800s to describe people that went around smashing early machines to weave wool and things like that. The idea was that these people were fearful that such machines would replace the value of human labor. In modern slang expressions, Luddite is a term used to describe people that think the internet is not important or that cell phones are frivolous or other things like that.
But what a lot of people don't realize about folks who are loaded down with these high-tech devices is that these are the devices they use for social networking now. It's how they contact people. They're spending more time with people or in communication with people than a lot of folks who don't use these devices.
Yes, indeed. And it facilitates a degree of interaction that was never previously available. Sending not just static pictures, but moving pictures. Being able to talk and receive messages back and forth instantaneously, which never could happen, you know, in the circumstances of sending and receiving letters or faxes.
It's interesting how television and movies have slipped in all this, huh?
To some extent, but rather the mediums are transforming themselves. So you get clips of movies on the internet where people can watch there. And then you have TV movies and television circumstances which are interacted with the web. So you're watching part of the circumstance on TV, but then you're able to click on a website and see more integrated information. National Geographic Channel is an example.
This survey was conducted last week when I think the principal emotion among people who were looking at the current economic situation was worry or nervousness, because it actually hasn't whacked a lot of people yet. There haven't been a lot of closures, bankruptcies, or job losses yet. If the economy gets worse, do people change their minds about what's important?
I don't think so, because the proportionate amount that they spend on these devices is still pretty low compared to total overall income. You have to remember that wireless rates for use and also the devices themselves have come down in terms of cost compared to, say, 2005, 2000 figures drastically. So it's very affordable for people to use these different devices to access the web and all the content therein.
Anything on these lists, both what you can live with and live without, surprise you?
Well, it's not. No, it doesn't indeed. Nothing surprises me these days in the information age.
Tim Richardson, nice talking to you, sir. Thank you very much.